Good morning. My name is Oredola Olasokomi Bayo. I'm a network engineer with 5 years experience in working in networking and firewall security. I specialize in checkpoint firewall R80.10. I created this lab to demonstrate uh, what I've been doing on the job for the past few years. So this lab was created on GNS3. So let me explain quickly what I've done here. I named this lab Maruf Company with two branches. As you can see, the HQ office and the branch office. In the HQ office, we have three departments: the IT department, HR, and accounting department, all separated into three VLAN: VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. Expression is done on a layer 2 switch. And in the HQ department, we have two checkpoint firewall A and firewall B. And we have the server, the window 10, and the window 10 for the Active Directory. And on the branch office, we have one firewall, one manager, and one window 10. We have the remote worker installed to be installed rather. So on the HQ firewall, I have to configure a cluster on the two firewall. With that cluster being configured, I would do a site-to-site VPN on both branches and a VLAN configure on the HQ departments. So so I will start my configuration by powering on my HQ server first. The server is coming up. Server is coming up. Yeah. So this is the installation of the manager, the checkpoint manager. Install guy. You pick the install guy on the system. I'm waiting for the manager to come up. It's loading the story drivers. Click OK. Yes. The partition is 100 disk. So click OK. All this one is okay by me. Use tab to navigate to OK. I have to set the password. Click OK. So this is where I set my interface. You can see my IP address here is 192.168.20, and I give my manager 3.20.3 with the mask address of 255.255.255.0. That's the class A address. And my default gateway, I can set it here and I can set it in the guide portal. For now, I'll set my default gateway in the guide portal. I'm waiting for the package installation. Boots. Starting from my login details, my username and password. So it's telling me in order to configure your system, please access the web UI and finish the first time user. So I have to configure my Windows 10 so I can access the web UI. So I'm going to minimize my server and configure my Windows 10. So now I'm going to power on my Windows 10. trying to install my Windows 10. It's asking for my key. I don't have a key product. I'm installing Windows 10 Home. You have to accept the licenses. I'm not upgrading. I'm only using custom. New is for me to partition, but I'm going to continue with what I have there. I'll wait for the installation of the Windows files and features. It's going to take a few minutes for the window installation setup to finish. So I have to configure my IP address on my window. Window restarts. Patiently waiting for the Windows 10 installation. Getting ready.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help. A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on Narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in. Your region is set to United States. Is that right? Your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that? Do you also type with another keyboard layout? Now let's get you connected to a network. That way you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible.
I'm going to set up my internet.
Just so you know, connecting to a network now could save you some time later. If you want to get that out of the way, choose yes. Type what you want to name your account. Okay, now type a password for your account. And one more time to make sure we've got it right. Now you can set up 3 security questions to help you reset your password if you forget it. Choose the first question and type your answer. Now for the second one. Same drill. Third one's a charm. Choose your last question, type the answer, and you're good to go. These are the settings Microsoft recommends. Hey, look, that's me, Cortana. Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
Almost there. Good. I'm going to use my Microsoft Edge as my browser on the virtual lab. So now I want to configure my Windows 10 environment. So I go to Control Panel, system and security. Yes, I'm sorry. You go to the network and internet, network and sharing center, change adapter setting. I right click to click on the properties of the internet protocol TCP version 4 TCP IPv4. I click it and I click properties. I'm going to use the following: obtain an IP address automatically. No. I'm going to use the following IP address, my own configuration address. And my window 10 and then my SM and my window SMS and my server, they are on the same network address. 192.168.20.5. Subnet map, and my gateway will be 192.168.20.10. The 10, because I'll be using .10 for my VIP, that's why I chose .10 for it when I'm doing my clustering. So I'm still going to alter my preferred DNS later when I'm doing my Active Directory, but for now I'll leave it as as it is now. Going to close this. It's been register. Identifying verify networks. I'll close this. And Windows 10 is configured. I can go to my internet to see my web UI, but okay. Let me view my web UI first. Go to the https column slash slash 192.168.20.3. See, my web UI is coming up. Your connection isn't private. Attacker might be trying to steal your information from 192.168.20.3. For example, password message. For the purpose of this lab, it's okay to click advanced, continue. It doesn't have certificates for it, so I web UI for that one. My Windows Server web UI is okay. So I will now go to my so I can bring on my Gara portal. My server. This is the first time installation my Gara portal. So it's telling me welcome to Checkpoint First Time Configuration Wizards. You are just a few steps away from using the system. Click next to configure your system. Because the virtual lab, I'm actually using the open server as my configuration because of the virtual lab environment. So continue with your R80.10 configuration. I click next. So here, I'm going to use my VIP as my default gateway on the Ethernet.0. I click next, and I'm going to name my checkpoints That's called SMS HQ. It's optional, but I like using my company name. For now, I'm going to give the DNS till when I'm configuring my Active Directory. I'll come back to it. I'm just doing the cluster now. For now, I'm using the set time manually, but the work for the work environment, I normally use network time protocol. For the virtual environment, I'm sticking to it for this one now. Now, I'm going to configure security gateway and security management. I'm not doing multi-domain server, so I click next. So I will uncheck the security gateway because this is not a standalone system platform. So I'm using the security management. On this clustering, I'm only using this only one Windows only one window only one SMS the server for the two firewalls. But if you're in the clustering, if you're having multiple server, you can make one primary and secondary. But I'm using primary for my headquarter office now. I'm clicking next. Use guide administration for admin. No, I like to define my own admin. Any this one tells us QI client can log into the security management from any IP address. I don't want any IP address. I do any machine. I want from the particular network. The network I'm picking is it's next. So your device will be configured with the following products: management, primary security management. You can uncheck this if you don't want, but I'll leave it for the virtual environment. This will start the configuration process. Are you sure you want to continue? I click yes. So my management server is being configured. I like to do it one after the other. After doing this, I'll go on my two firewalls to start the clustering. you must restart the system in order to finish the configuration. Click OK to restart now, or click OK. Please wait while the system is rebooting. Asking me to log in again. Now I have to download my smart console here. I can download my smart cursor here, or I can come here to download the smart cursor. It's the same thing. Yes, my smart cursor has been downloaded, you can see. So I will check my configuration for my server first. Um, Use the loop back. I'll check my static routes. I use the VIP.10. I want to do anything in the user role on the admin. For now, I'm leaving it as it is. So my smart cursor has been downloaded. Yes. Okay. You can see this R80.10. It's not the latest. I'm waiting for my smart console to finish downloading. It's on 95% now. So finish. You can see my smart console is being launched. So is my smart console done? I have to download my putty, but that will be later. So I will continue with the installation. So I'm starting my first firewall, firewall A. I'm going to pick install guide on this system. I'm going to select OK. This process will install checkpoint guide R80.10 operating system and associated applications. Do you wish to proceed with the installation? I said OK. Which keyboard type is attached to this computer? I'll say a US OK. Partition configuration. I'm cool with my partition. I click OK. And I'm going to set my password. Click OK. Checking network interfaces card. See, so you have multiple network ports on this system. Choose the port you would like to use for the managing the system. So I'm going to use for my topology, I'm going to use this Ethernet 0 for this one. So I'm using this port Ethernet 0. So depending on what you want to use, I'm using Ethernet 0. So my Ethernet 0 is 20.5. For now, I'm going to do my default gateway. I will set it later. Checking checkpoint software blades. Cache reboots. Rebooting system. I've done my VIP configuration down. All my interfaces. Admin. In order to configure your system, please access the WebGUI and finish. Yes, I will access the WebGUI for that. But before then, I have to on my second firewall. This process will install the checkpoint GAL R80.10 operating system. I click OK. I click OK. My partition is OK. I click OK. I put my password. I click OK. The interface I'm using, this is my interface I'm using. You can see I'm using this interface here. So I click OK. The file is 20.6. I'm going to set my default gateway later. I click OK. So my firewall A and B installation is almost done. Administration web portal. Campus software updates. Click reboot. So with my two firewall done, I can go to my window 10. For now, I'll close my smart cursor, then open my HTTPS. This one is .5. The first firewall is .5. Checking. Refuse to connect. Check the protocol and see the details. Let me see the second firewall. HTTPS. This is second firewall is going through. HTTPS 192.20.5. See what is happening to that. Let me see what is happening to this. Check your internet connections. Oh my God, sorry, if you're pausing, check my POSIX server. I'll check my POSIX server. These I details always help me in troubleshooting. And sometimes I go there to troubleshooting. I'll figure it out now. So I was able to resolve my topology. I mistakenly configure my window 10 to the same address as my firewall. So I've resolved that. So So I'm not. Okay, this is my first firewall 20.5. I click next, continue with your next. I will do my default gateway later. So this is the internet. Configure the interface to connect to the internet option. This is my internet option, ET1. You can see this is my ET1 here. I click next. Use a name. Optional. I like to change my name. Checkpoints underscore firewall A. My DNS is optional. That's all. I'll leave this one to when I'm configuring my Active Directory. I click next. I'm not doing multi-domain server security gateway and security management. So this is the security gateway. And this is a cluster. It's part of a cluster. So I will check the unit is a part of cluster type. I will check this one. This is the SIC. SIC is the secure internal communication is the one that connects the server to synchronize the server, connect the server to the firewall. So I have to give my SIC. So finish. Yes. So doing this one, I'll go to my second firewall. This is 20.6. Click next. Next. Checkpoint underscore firewall B. So I click next. Next. Secure gateway and security management. Next. The secure gateway is part of a cluster. Unit is a part of a cluster. This is a part of a cluster. Next. And I do my SIC. So I can go back to my server GUI. So be my first firewall and my second firewall. I'm waiting for it to finish the configuration. Okay. is happening to my guy interface. Okay, my GUI is my web GUI is opened. My guy. Okay. So with the configuration of my web GUI, so let me. This is my first firewall here. So first thing I have to do is to check the interface. Interface, configure my interfaces. The first interface E1 for this one is 40.5. 40.5. So I'll click here. Okay, the configuration is locked, so let me unlock it. Click here, edit, enable E here. This E1, I like to give it a comment. This leads to internet. So 192.168.40. I configure it to 40.5.5. The subnet max 255.255.255.0. Okay. It's not up yet. The E2 enable. My E2 is this 100.5. My E2 is 100.5. This, this is internal network. 192.168.100.5. 255.255.255.0. That's and my E3 is a sync network as 110.1. Enable that is sync. One nine two dot 168.110.1. 255.255.255.0. That's that. So my static route, remember I've not set it. I told you I was going to set it. I want everything to lead to this gateway. I've not configured this router yet, But I want everything to lead to this gateway. So it's going to be 40.12. So edit uh, edit going to be 40.168.40.12. I'm not setting any priority for now. Save. That's my default. It leads to 40.12 here. So okay, 40.12 here. So that's that for now. I'm using static routes. I'm not configuring all this dynamic routing for it for now. Um, you can short your cursor here. You can show your GUI here and the application and the server here. So, I like to configure my user because I'll be in an expert mode most of the time. So I change it to bash. Say okay. I like to add another user. So I like to put it in bash mode. Make it an admin role too. Access to web and CLUXTERXL. That's all for that one. Overview. My GUI. I forgot to set my user on my server here. Making the glitch. I'm going to add another user. User bio, my name. Make a password. Making an admin role. Add it to it. So, okay. And the second, let me go to the second firewall. 20.6. It's locked. I have to unlock it. Yeah, enable it. This is the ET1. This leads to the internet. It's going to be 192.168 dot plus 40.6. It's going to be 255.255.255.0. So the E2, enable it. What was the E2? This is my E0, E1, E2 is this. Is 100.6. This is the internal network. 192.168.100.6. This is dot 6, yeah. 255, 255, 255.0. And my sync network, my sync 192.168.110.2. 255, 255, 255.0. That's the sync network. So I like setting, okay, my static routes is going to be everything linked to 40.12. 40.12. 40.12. No priority now. Save it. Set my user. Make my admin to be in the bash mode. Add another user. Make a bio. Let it be in bash mode. Making an admin privilege mode. Okay. I think that's that for that now. So now our next configuration now will be to, after configuration of our gap portal, the next thing we have to do is to open our smart console R80.10 for further configurations. So I'm opening my smart console. My password for my smart console. My server will be 192.168.20.3. Okay. First connection to server to verify. What's it doing? To verify server identity, compare the following fingerprints. Yes, I'll click proceed. Authentication to server field. So let me first confirm maybe my server is still running. Maybe it has time been out. Okay. Authentication to server field. Try. Okay. Initializing. I've already changed my user to bio. Okay. Our smart cursor is already launched. I'll close this. So this is our smart cursor. Okay. This is our smart cursor. This is my smart console now opened. So I'm on the gateway and server environment. Um, I want to install my clusters, my firewall, configure it as a cluster. So to start, there are two ways of starting it. There are two ways. I can either go to the clusters and cluster environment and configure it straight, but I'm going to install the firewalls one by one before adding it as a cluster. So I'm going to use, uh, let me go, I can use either the wizard mode or the classic mode. The first one I'll use the wizard mode. It's asking for my gateway name, which I will give it as checkpoints underscore firewall one. Gateway platform, because it's a lab environment, I'm not going to go with all these appliances there, so I'm going to use an open server. But these are the one I use at work. But this, because of this lab environment, I'm going to use an open server. So my network for this one is 192.168.20.5. Want to click next. One type password for synchronization. So it's initializing the SIG. He has gotten my topology for me. I mean, the SIG worked close. So finished. That's my first gateway. So okay. So I have to get my interfaces. Get interfaces. For work environment, I normally go with internet topology, but for the purpose of this lab, I'm going to get my interfaces without topology. So accept, click OK. I'm going to get the second firewall. Checkpoints underscore firewall B. I'm using open server for this lab, and the IP address 128.168.20.6. 20.6. These are the appliances we use at work. My one time SIG. These are my topology. Finish. I'm going to get my topologies, get my interface without topology. Accept. Okay. So with this now, let Let me publish this one first. So now go to cluster. Here I'm going to go to classic mode. I'm going to give my cluster name checkpoints underscore firewall. Okay, let me give it firewall underscore cluster XL. IP address will be 192.168. That will be my VIP 20.10. Remember, I've already created my VIP in this topology in my environment. It's 20.10. So I'm with R80.10. It's a guy, open server. So cluster member, I'm going to add existing gateway. Type of one. If you add checkpoint to cluster, it will be converted to cluster by some setting below. The following setting will be made. Yes. So that's added. Add existing gateway B. I'll click yes. So they are member of the cluster. Supposed to set the priority. So this is the high availability and the low sharing. So I want to set my cluster um, um this upon cluster member recovery. I want to make a, the cluster the one that is active to always recover its active mode back when in case of any shutdown of the cluster. What I'm saying is that if the cluster A, my first firewall goes off and the firewall B takes over, it means the firewall A comes back. I want to gain active the standby the active position back. So this way I'm going to set it there. Yeah. Switch to higher priority cluster member. Then the network management. I'm going to get my interfaces without topology. You can see I've gotten my interface without topology, but I need to define the VIP, the virtual IP. Your virtual IP, that's a VIP. So I'll do that by editing is to the network type will be cluster, and it will be 192.168 R80.20.10 max 24. I can define my topology here, modify my topology, override. I can say network defined by IP address. I can perform anti-spoofing there, prevent or can be prevent or dictate mode. I'm not setting any zone now. I'm logging it. Say okay. Okay, see, the second one too. I'm going to edit it. Number of cluster 192.168.40.10. So it's 24. Override 40. No, that's my external interface. It says internal. This is my external. That's my external. According to topology zone, external zone. That's my external zone. That's the external zone. And my E2 is E2. E3 is my sink. Cluster 192.168.100.10 24. So override network performance as well. Yeah. So the E3, that's my sink. You can see just a sink address. Modify override network. Make sure I can. Okay. So that is sync network. For now, I'm not doing that. HTTP using. I'll have to come back to this when I'm configuring my site-to-site VPN. It counts. I already enabled my it counts. So okay. I'm going to publish. So um, I'm going to go to my policy, installation to manage policies and layers. I want to set up my installation targets. Standard. I'll go to action, clone. Let me just name this one firewall cluster underscore policy. Select it, go to edit, installation targets, specific gateway. See my cluster coming up. So, okay. So I close. I click publish. I'm gonna create my rule, new rule above. New rule above. Let me name it the management. Can give it any name. I'm gonna give it the cluster underscore management. Management. Cluster underscore management. Source. I want to make it bi-directional. So it's going to be this one, this SMS, and firewall clusters. Destination will be same thing, bi-directional. Firewall cluster. Repeating for now. PSM. Action will be accepts. I want to log my traffic. I'm going to log my traffic. So, continuation. I think I've done everything here. I've not done my state robots. Okay, this one. New row below. No. I'm going to cut this row off. It's new row above. So let me my win 10 underscore management. Good. So the source is going to be win 10 hosts win 10 underscore management we 20.4 the 20.4 the 192.168.20.4. I'm not configuring that yet now. Server 20.4 has a 110 and the destination is going to be the firewall clusters. The firewall clusters. For now, no VPN. Services will be HTTP, HTTPS, SSH for now. I'll put this one for now. Action will be accept, log, I've not done my step through. My step through the drop any destination. I'll do my step through. Let me test it first. Let me publish. I get to a server. You can see it's still red. You can see I've not installed my policy. Let me install my policy targets. Let me install my policy. Oh no. Oh no. Let me see. My cluster is already installed, but my firewall is not coming up. One here, good. First one is on. Why the second one is not on? I have to see what is happening. Why this one? Let me see what it's saying. Installation of my policy. I stay through clear. First time I window my rule. The gateway is telling me that it needs attention. Firewall B installation successful on the firewall B cluster. The firewall A in attention. It's a result.